butter was on that, but it was dang good. And every Christmas we watch Rudolph, and she really helped me have some of the best years of my life. So that's all I got.
Hi, my grandma Judy was our grandma Judy. Oh, I'm Casey, her granddaughter. I'm Betty's daughter. Where's Mike?
My husband's the one correcting everyone.
So I have a story that's sort of funny and sort of like epitomize how I knew my grandma Judy. So I think Alex and my dad were out doing some sort of Boy Scouting trip in California, maybe? California? And so Grandma Judy and my mom and I decided to go to Sedona. I think I was about 13 at the time. And we wanted to go find one of those like Sedona vortexes. Like one of those like spiritual centers. And I thought that would be so cool. And so we start on this little hike looking for this vortex that we found on the internet. And we hike and we hike and we hike. And soon we realized that we've been hiking for like 5 hours. And we don't know where we are. And we're lost. And so we're all like, okay, we huddle up and we say, what's the plan? And so we spot a really big granite rock off in the distance and we say, that's our vortex. And we go and we look at the vortex and we're like, wow, that's great. And then we turn around and then we go find the nearest restaurant with burgers and we chow down. And that's one of my best memories with my grandmother.
The best
Because,
burger.
we just kept on pushing and pushing and pushing. And in the end we realized that, the vortex was the hike along the way.
Hi everybody, can you hear me? Just wanted to say thank you all for coming out. It's great to see everybody showing up for my mom. She had a lot more love than I think anybody I've ever known, but she's ready to share. And one of the things that always stands out for me, the kind of person she was one day I was coming home, I was like a senior in high school, I think, and I come home, I've got a couple of strangers in the house. I'm like, oh, who are these people? But I'm, just an aloof teenager, so I don't care. I'm just gonna go to my room. I go to my room, mom comes and knocks on my door, and she's like, come on, I want you to meet somebody. And she introduces me to these people. She's like, they're gonna be staying with us for the night. And I was like, okay, that's great. And then later she told me, well, these people, they were camped out by the dumpster at my work. She didn't know them from Adam, but she thought everybody should be treated with dignity. And so she brought these complete strangers into our house. And she's just the kind of person she was, and I just felt like the world is maybe a little thinner right now. But it's not just sad stories like that. There's this really funny one just recently. Like she just moved, and she was unpacking her stuff, and I moved in, and she had this picture on the wall that I'd never seen before. It was this really nice painting of some roses, and she's like, "Oh, do you like that?" I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty. It's nice." And honestly, it's not my thing, but she liked it, so who am I to say? And she's like, "Well, did I tell you the story about how I got that painting?" And I'm like, "No, tell me the story about how you got that painting." So it turns out, like a few years ago, she used to work at Home Depot, and she was an installer, or she helped people install and take care of the windows. You know the story. And so she'd go out to people's houses, and she'd climb in their attics. She measure their windows. She'd do all these things to, for home improvement type things. And one day she met this guy who was an artist, and his son's window had got broken by a rock or a ball or something like that. I don't know the details, but they needed to replace the windows, and she put together a quote. And he's like, "Oh, I don't have enough money to pay for that." And my mom looked at his face, and he said, "How much do you want for that?" And so she was more concerned about this guy that she didn't know, again, from anybody, having his son having a nice, secure, safe room, than getting herself a paycheck. And that's just kind of the kind of person she was. And I just hope that we can have more people like that. again, thank you all for coming, and sorry if I'm babbling here, but I really appreciate you all being here.
I want to thank all of you for coming out, along with my brother and my sister. My mom was an amazing woman, absolutely amazing. And she really encouraged all of us to give it everything we got, to love everybody, to not judge, to just realize that we're all here to help each other. That's what she taught me. And I don't know what I would have done without her. I really don't. But one of the stories I want to share is that growing up and living in Arizona and everything like that, my mom and I, we would see each other, once or twice a month. She was busy working, I was working, just the way things were. And when I decided to leave Arizona and move, it was because we would always go and get coffee together, stuff like that, just talk about our week, vent, do that kind of thing. But when I moved out of Arizona, all of a sudden, it was phone calls. Phone calls were important. And it was the weirdest thing, but I would be thinking about her, and sure enough, that phone would ring, and it'd be my mom. Or she would be thinking about me, and sure enough, I'd be calling. And one of the things that we loved to do is we would talk every day. Sometimes we would talk for hours and do nothing but laugh and joke. And I didn't realize just how important those phone calls were, because my mom could tell my mood. She would call me and she'd know if I was having a bad day. I'd be laughing by the end of that phone call. And I would do the same for her. And every day I reach for that phone. And I miss her so much. And I'm so proud that she's my mom. And I'm so very proud and lucky to have all of you in here to celebrate such a wonderful woman.
Kevin, are you ready? Kevin? Joyce, Kevin? No? You do not have to. Because we're going to start the video.
Sorry, yeah, you all gonna have to mind a 3-year-old and a speech. Oh. Sorry, I had to write it all out. Otherwise, I just stand up here and ramble. So in all reality, it's hard for me to speak on what an amazing woman my grandma was. Not from the lack of example or experience. It's just that it finalizes her passing for me. We are here to remember and celebrate a woman who was a daughter, sister, friend, mother, grandmother, great-grandmother. And above all else, she was my saint and my savior. She took myself and my siblings in when we were discarded and raised and cared for us, not as a grandmother, but as a mother. And the best one I've ever known. She sacrificed everything for us. Her social life, her savings, any real chance for a comfortable life. She worked multiple jobs just to keep a roof over our head and for us to have any semblance of a home. She did all this with a smile and never once made us feel like the burden that we all knew we were. She was always there. Every birthday, every graduation, every fight, every running with the law. She was there. Always willing to give her love. Everything good in my life is because of that woman. taught me everything. She was always there. It seemed no matter what I chose to do, she would be behind me, cheering me on. She welcomed Rabina, my stepdaughters Ari and Brooklyn. She welcomed them with open arms, treated them as blood. I'm so happy and thankful she was able to see me become a father to a wild little boy right there.
Can't believe that.
She loves so much, and I'm just sad that she's not going to be able to experience anymore. I'm so happy that she got to see me become a father. Beautiful baby girl, whom she waited before passing just for me. I am who I am because of her, as are so many of us. My saint, my savior. She was the sun that filled our days with light, and the moon that lit our way in the dark. Her light and grace will be forever cherished and missed. I love you, Gima. That's all. I'm sorry.
Anybody want to follow that?
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start the video. I know, Mike.
And I wasn't always like sunshine and roses, right? Like, I was just sharing the story.
Here we go.
Like, I made a bee in high school once. And so she's like decided. So I think it's fair to talk about everything, right? So this is one of the funny ones. So I think I was taking like an AP chemistry class or something like that, and I made a bee on an interim report card. And she was like, "Oh, I gotta go to groceries. Come with me, Chris." So we lived in West Phoenix at the time, but we're driving and we started heading toward Central Phoenix. I'm like, "Where are we going? What grocery store are we going to?" And we pass the county jail, go down past Van Buren Street, and look at it. So I was like, "What are we doing?" She's like, "You see this? You see these people, how they're living? You don't get your shit together. You're gonna be." So it's always. Yeah, it's like she was like this fountain of wonderfulness and sweetness, and he didn't mess with her. And he were her kids. Yeah.
Okay. Would anybody else like to speak?
If not, we can go ahead and start the
We've got a video and then you can speak after as well.
I asked the library if they had something. Well, now I'm gonna slip and break my leg. That won't work either.
You got two of them.
Well, I got 2 feet. 2 feet.
What does he need?
No, well, this is.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You guys, my name is Ruben, and we all love Judy. From the youngest to the oldest. She was the best friend I ever had. And I'm proud to say that. And I got to watch these girls grow up since they were tiny tots. They were like my kids, growing up with my daughter, who's in the room also, right there. And for me, Judy was an inspiration, the best person to kick you in the butt when you need to hear it, you don't want to hear it. And also, she was inspired me to be the best. As Lisa was sharing, she was always there for me and my family as well. And I try to do the same for her. And I think that's why I experienced the love that I do from each one of these kids and the family members that I know. But anyhow, there's just a quick story I wanted to share. I always wanted to be a performer. I call myself going to be a world famous performer one day. That was my dream. Judy would go with me to places, bars, where there were people that might listen to what I had to drink. And I discovered I could just carry a beat, carry a tune, and I just wanted to share a tune with you. You might recognize. I don't know how this is going to work. I just got some equipment so that you can hear this. I got it from the break. It's helpful. So anyway, I hope you like this tune. This is dedicated to my dearest friend, Judy Austin. Just yesterday morning, when you know you were wrong. Sometimes the plans they made put an end to you. So I walked out this morning and wrote down this song. Hey, only remember who to send it to. Lord, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Hey, I've seen sunny days, fall and never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Do-do-do. Won't you look down on me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. Just how to see me through another day. All right. My body's aching, my time is at hand. Hey, I'm gonna make it any other way. Lord, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days, fall will never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Oh, I've been walking my mind through an easy time. My back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Spending the time on the telephone line, talking about time to come. Hey, sweet dreams and flying machines and pieces on the ground. Lord, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Hey, I've seen sunny days, fall will never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you one more time. All right, bro. Hey, let's
Thank you,
celebrate you.
Ruben. Yeah. Ruben, thank you. That was beautiful, Ruben. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, we're gonna start a beautiful slideshow of Mom's life. We're gonna just keep it playing. So if you guys would like to go ahead and get food and drinks, and we can enjoy and talk and have a good time. Thank you. Ready? Go ahead.